Hello, hello, everyone out there at Facebook. Hey, we were a little bit late today, and I do apologize to everyone who probably got on here before. Hopefully, a lot of you will will catch up and will actually reconnect with us. Um, this is our uh, Black History Bowl session. It's kind of a review of everything that we have covered over the last few weeks. So if you've been watching um, the show or the sessions for a little while, you should be able to follow along pretty well in the game. Again, I apologize because we had a little bit of technical difficulty. I got some changes going on today, but hey, we're here. We're here. We're on here. We're on here to learn. I'm going to bring on my guests today, who all just told me that they were um, going to get on here and show out, um, do well on this session, and answer all of these questions. First, I'm going to bring on my nephew. He messaged me the other day and said, "Hey, Uncle Eddie, I want to come on. I want to play. I want to get involved." And I appreciate this young man. He is such an intelligent young man. He reminds me of myself, but he is such an intelligent young man. And I'm so happy that he wanted to get on here and interact with this session. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce my nephew and let him come on and kind of let you all know who he is. Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Hey, hey, I nice to be here. My name is Floyd Christopher Jefferson. I'm, I'm really excited to be part of this. So, yeah, thank
Cool, cool. All right. Well, your cousins, they wanted to get on here today too because Sean Anthony and Teddy had a game a couple of weeks ago. It didn't work out very well for Sean Anthony. He tried. He tried to keep it up, but he did pretty well. But we're gonna see what this goes today. So I'm gonna bring on first. I'm gonna bring on Sean Anthony and Elliott. They're gonna team up. But I'm gonna tell you something. This ain't easy. All right. This is not easy, but it ain't hard. And you'll see what I'm talking about as we go forward. But without further ado, let me bring on my son, Sean Anthony and Elliott. Hello.
Well, there.
Hello.
Hey, y'all hear me good? Everything's good?
Yep. Can
All
hear you
right.
just fine.
All right. So you two are on here, um, ready to go. You excited about the game?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I really am.
All right.
Now, CJ,
Lastly,
check your inboxes. I'm gonna be chatting you the answers. Double T to you.
that was my wife feeding into the mics, even though she's not on the session and we can hear her. So maybe, but hey, this is whatever, man. We just want to make this and want to make this fun. Lastly, let me bring on my other two sons, which Matthew and Eddie Phillips the second. I call him Teddy, but I won't do that live. But I'll bring both of them on. Yo, what's
Hi.
up? Y'all ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you all, it's a little bit of an echo again. So if I mute your mic for a minute, it's because I don't really want the echo to come. We're all in a similar place, and you can kind of hear it. But I'm gonna be fair to all of you all because a lot of people didn't want to do this game. A lot of older people, they was like, I ain't gonna get on here, embarrass myself, and some young people. So I'm really appreciative of all you all felt that you can get on here and do this. Um, but before we do that, like we do at every session, even though we came on a little bit late, and because Floyd is a little bit, this is his first time being on here. Um, what I want to do is I want to get from you, like as I prepare the game and get ready to send you all the links, and kind of give you a little slight review. Uh, what do you think about? And I think we've talked about this once before. What do you think about how history is taught to you at your level of education? Do you feel? And I want you to be. I'll give you about a good 3 or 4 minutes to expound. But how do you feel that Black history is taught to you um, at school? Do you think that you're getting? I'm just gonna let you expound on that. Tell me.
Like it's,
Yo, can you hear
I
me?
feel like it's taught in a way that it kind of allows the person to, it doesn't allow the person to freely think about it. They kind of just say, hey, slavery was a thing, but they don't go too specific about it. They talk about the big leaders and civil.
I think you break it up a little bit. I
It's
think
really
you're breaking up a little bit. Can y'all?
Yeah,
Can you hear me? I think you're breaking up a little bit,
You're-
Floyd.
I can't hear you out of the mic.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
I think he's froze a little bit. We'll let him catch up a little
Wait,
bit.
United.
All right. Yeah, I hear like a little bit of static.
Oh, yeah.
Is that better? Yeah, you got a little bit of sound issue. Do you have a headphone in there at all? Yeah, he's jumping around. I think it's maybe a little bit of lag, but we're gonna let him do that, and he's gonna come back on. I think we just lost him, and he'll probably pop back on. I'm not gonna go through forward with the game without him.
Hold on.
But yeah. Well, boys, while we're waiting on Floyd to try to get his connection a little better, let me ask you a question. How do you feel that the sessions over the last few weeks have worked? Do you feel that they are they've been productive? And if you do, give me what you think that has been productive about it. And if you don't feel they have been productive, if you think that there could be something that is done better, and this is the thing that I've been asking over the last week. I want to hear how you feel about it. I don't often. I talk to Teddy about it, but I really want you all to expound on what you feel this has done for your understanding of history, and how do you think it plays in, whether it be good or bad. Shout out to you. I'll let you go first.
I believe that the sessions here have actually been going well. I believe that they're very descriptive and help understand exactly what we're trying to cover. Because the more we talk about it, the more that it's kind of hard to say. Because if you think about it, the sessions and stuff have indeed been helpful. They've covered many different topics from modern history all the way to the past, and how they intersect. So I believe that yes, the sessions have been helpful.
Okay.
But if there are improvements, I don't really see any at the moment.
Okay. Elliot, how do you feel about it? Elliot, how do you feel? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's been productive, but I feel like it could do the slightest bit better because over the last few weeks we have been having like issues like hearing, like the one just now.
So you're talking about
Having a lot of
technical issues as we grow, with the technical issues that are going on. But I agree, technical issues are going to happen as we do this more, get more used to it. But I'm more asking about the information. How do you feel the information as a whole has been positive or negative?
I feel like it's been helping if people wanted to hop on and join us as we talk about stuff.
Okay. Stuff.
Stuff.
I can't choose
Okay. I'll move it over to Teddy then. Teddy, you expound.
I think we're doing good as of right now. In terms of when we started, we're still growing, and there's still more to improve on. I think one of the major improvements would be technical difficulties. Need to figure that out, why these things occur, how to get better at them.
Okay. Technical difficulties being what they are, and I do agree we have technical difficulties, but I think
Text CJ. and
my
tell him just
my
come on, we're good.
my issue is
Go ahead.
I want to know where we are as far as our information. That's really what I'm asking about.
The information that we're providing as far as what we teach, I think we're doing good with that. I think the best our best response was when we all interact as a family, and it's not as formal, and it's relaxed, it's fun. It gets people involved because there's always something to look at.
All right, Maddie, I'm gonna leave the floor to you. I'm gonna ask you the same question. How do you think, as we're trying to get CJ back on, how do you think the information has been utilized over the last few weeks? Think it's been positive or negative?
Just talk about it.
Tina, we can hear you too.
Oh, wow.
Positive.
Come here.
It's I think it's very helpful for people who don't know all this kind of stuff in the schools. Well, they teaching them that kind of stuff. So I say it's good for any person who doesn't know Black history like that.
All right. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. I think you all are biased, but I do appreciate that.
Just a little bit, maybe.
If your mother, tell her I can hear everything she says. She wants to be on.
Dad, what if she hops on with you? We could get a
Oh,
stool
wow.
and have her sit right there.
Mm. All right. Give me a moment. I'm going to see if I can get CJ back on. I think we dropped him out, and I know he really wanted to be a part of this. So let me see what I can do for him before we start.
As technical issues continue to resolve themselves, we'll be able to do multiple tasks. But right now, Sean Anthony and Elliot are on under my account, so I'll be in the background helping out for today.
There he is.
Hey, CJ.
All right. Let me add him. All right, you're back. I was worried,
sorry
man.
about
I was
that.
like,
I was on my phone connecting, and it just didn't work out.
okay. But you still have your phone, because when you get ready to connect to the game, I want you to be able to do that. I was worried, man. I was like,
Oh
you
God,
hear me?
that's echoing. That's so frustrating.
Right,
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
know.
have to text you them answers. Keep your phone close, man. Keep your phone close.
Anyway. Okay. So, what we were asking, I was asking before you got cut off, and we didn't really get a chance to hear you because I always ask this question about history as it's taught to our young people. How do you feel? Because I'm gonna give you your time to do that while I'm setting up this game. Still, it's taught in school. How do you think is that working for you? CJ, that's for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Could you repeat the question?
How do you feel history is taught? We didn't really get a chance to hear you because it was breaking up for you. How do you think that works out for you in high school? You think that they do a good job of teaching Black history?
I feel like it's if it's not the focus of the school, then it has to be like up to the teacher to decide. Hey, I want to teach the students Black history, and I feel like it's weighted on the teacher in the predominantly Black school that I go to. So they try their best. Kind of, I've learned a lot when it comes to Black history from them, but I know that if it was like a different, if the people in my school were a different, weren't the same color as the history that we're being taught, then it would be a completely different situation. I feel like schools in general don't really
That's a
have
good
that
point. If it's
focus.
curriculum based, you would know more as opposed to it just being what the teachers aspire to do. That's a good point.
Yeah.
So, what I asked the boys, what do you think that? Do you think that these sessions that we do? I've been doing a lot more interactive sessions lately, and I'm going to get out of that a little bit. We're going to keep them going, but we're going to be doing more actual lessons. Do you think that? I guess my question is, do you think that these sessions have been productive? They've been helpful, and because I know you've been watching them um, at more than so than other people. Do you think that they have been productive and helping folks to better understand some of our history?
I think so. I remember the first one that I tuned into. It's important to watch them, but if you're sitting there and you're able to maybe write some stuff down, if you're able to look at stuff afterward, I think that's really where the learning and you can actually take stuff away from it.
Okay.
So I mean, if you're tuning in, it's awesome to watch. But if you can go back, that's also awesome. That's what I usually do, just to make sure I get the lesson and I'm able to maybe tell other people in my class about it or my
Oh,
teachers.
okay. Okay. That's cool. And I appreciate that because one of the major problems uh, that I have a lot of times is trying to get people in and try to get them to, 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 to watch, to want to understand what's going on. You all give me one moment. I'm trying to, again, we're talking about moving a bunch of things around. Um, so give me one sec as I send you all these links to this game because we've belabored it for a while, but we're going to get up into this game now. All right. You all should be getting links um, that will put you in the game and we can get this moving. All right. And we can stop belaboring everything. All right. All right. Did you get your links?
Where did you send them?
It should go in the same place as your Facebook. You'll get it the same way.
Did it come through?
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's moving. Keep looking. Sometimes this thing goes slow, but you should be getting them. And when you get them, just get in. You will find that you have an actual game this time of people that you should be able to choose from, and you will have the buzzer. for you again. Yes, it's been a crazy day, huh?
CJ's backstage.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, we're all here. We're all here.
There he is.
Hello, everybody.
All right, CJ, you should have got a chat from me. And Teddy, you'll be getting one in a minute. I'm doing it the old school way because it's not doing what it's supposed to do. It's acting crazy today. And I sent you the code, so you should have both.
Lord of
Who's that
mercy,
mumbling?
we done lost CJ.
Who's mumbling?
Okay, here it is.
Where's CJ?
I think he'll come back on in a moment. I think he's having problems connecting through the game and also staying on.
It's the cheat codes I sent him.
4, 4, 3.
I made it, and I'm in the game.
There
You're
we
in the
go.
game?
Yes.
You got my cheat codes?
Tina, stop.
All right, we did it. All right, Matthew. Which avatar should we do? Should we be the nefarious?
Me and Ellie didn't get the link.
I say we should
Oh,
go
well.
that one.
You should see one that actually has you.
Yep,
your
there it
picture.
is.
Actually, the orange.
Your picture. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I apologize, everybody out there, whoever's still with us, because we had a lot of issues trying to connect. I haven't seen anybody join yet.
If
You
you
got it.
need cheat codes too, just inbox me. I got
All
you.
right, we did it.
I still don't have the my phone.
I fixed that. Wait.
Joe, you don't need cheat codes.
Is everybody in? We're running really slow today, but I apologize, but we gonna get this.
All
I
right.
got 2 people in. I got 2 more that needs to be in here.
I'm in the game.
We're trying to get in. Apparently, it's saying that it's an invalid URL.
Okay, you got to go in through your phone. Use your phone. Just like we've done this before. Why you can't go through the computer?
Shananthi, use your cell phone.
I am.
Elliot, who's having a problem logging on, Sean Anthony?
Elliot, are you in?
Joe said.
Yeah.
Me and Matthew are a team on there.
You're all a team. It's only 4 entries that are on here.
Okay. Yeah.
It's individual. So Sean Anthony, if you get on, that's good. CJ, are you in there?
Yes.
Papa, you in?
Hey, hold on.
CJ sound like he got a good singing voice. He should sing while we wait on. I'm about to get blocked. They gonna block me?
Yeah.
I'm about to get blocked. Sing us just a little hymn, CJ. CJ, sing us a little hymn.
Okay. Is everybody in?
Papa, are you in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. That makes everybody.
All right.
I'm not in yet.
Ellie,
No,
He's
yeah.
in.
Okay, Elliot, you playing by yourself? That's fine. Okay, because we want to get this done. All right. So the way that this game is played, is just like Jeopardy, as you may have seen. If you all know, you've all seen it before. And as we go through it, I'm going to share the screen. We're going to get in here. And I don't know who everybody is because I actually gave you guys avatars, but you chose the ones you wanted to choose. That's fine. That's good. All right. So here we go. I'm going to share my window. Does everybody see it?
Yep.
Yes.
You all see the board. All right. Tina, we're gonna stop talking over it because we're gonna let them play. We're gonna get to this. We're a little bit behind, but let's go. So everything that we covered over the last few weeks will be part of this game, or this Black History Bowl. We will all, as usual, start with the youngest individual team player. So that would be Elliot. We'll go first. You will choose the first, and we will go from there. So let's get this started. Let's stop belaboring. Let's get this started. Elliot, choose your first category.
Yeah.
Is that legal?
Is that legal for what?
$100.
Speak up.
$100. I'm not calling.
It is a killing by a mob of people without due course of law. Lemon, whoever that is your answer. Go.
Oh,
Who's
Lemon.
Lemon?
Who's Lemon?
Elliot,
I
go
wasn't
ahead.
ready.
Who's Lemon?
Not ready for this.
That's Elliot.
I'm Lemon.
What's
Okay.
your answer?
What is your answer? You're out of time now. So what is your answer?
Yeah, I didn't have it.
Okay. Jerry.
We say yes.
Yes. It is the killing by a mob of people without due course of law. What is that? What is that a definition of?
Did you get that? Lynching.
Lynching is correct. Jerry, your team has control of the board.
All right. I think which one?
Is that legal for 300?
Is that legal for 300? Name the system created in the early 1900s by former abolitionists, church groups, and legislators that loaned out convicts to work as slaves primarily in the South. Talked about this the first week. We're talking about criminality. Seven seconds.
Dang it, I can't remember. Why is that so small?
All right, nobody answers. So, the convict lease system. The convict lease system. Remember, that is a system that loaned out blacks to who were in jail, and they loaned them out in a kind of false form of slavery. Jerry, you still have control of the board.
Black criminalization for 100.
Black criminalization for 100. Joe Biden wrote the 1994 crime bill that fostered harder sentences for blacks and removed rehabilitation out of the prison system. Who was the Democratic president that signed that bill and also said, I will be tougher on crime than any president before me. What president said that? Joe Biden wrote the bill, but this was in 1994. That's the only hint I will give you. 6 seconds. Okay, Jerry.
Bush.
Bush.
Bush is it not correct? Onion. What president was that?
I was going to say Bush too. I'm going to say senior with Bush before him. Oh, but is it Bill Clinton?
That is correct. Bill Clinton is correct.
Yes.
You now have control of the board.
Oh, I will take accent codes for 100.
Accent codes for 100. The Southern Codes of 1865 and 1866 restricted freed blacks from being full citizens. Name the code used to push traveling blacks back into servitude if they had no place to live, but this code was also ignored when it came down to white people. That's written in there wrong, but that's what it is. Southern Codes of 1865 and 1866, we covered this, that restricted free blacks from being citizens. But the question is, what part of the code pushed blacks in servitude if they had no place to live? I'll give you all 10 seconds. I'll even give you a further hint. The key to this is these were people who had no place to live. What do you call that? Celery.
Was it homeless?
I will accept homeless because it does mean vagrant, but they were homeless. I'll accept that. It's the Vagrancy Code. If you had no place to live, you could be taken into custody, you could be arrested, and you would then be put into servitude. All right. Celery, you have control of the board.
We must remember for 100.
We must remember for 100. This African-American 17-year-old farmhand was lynched and held over a flame for 2 hours in Waco, Texas on May 15, 1916. Jerry.
Jesse Washington.
Jesse Washington is correct. You have control of the board, Jerry.
Easy if you can get it for 200.
Easy if you can get it for 200. This African-American historian and scholar lobbied for a special program to teach African-American history in 1926. He is often called the father of Black History Month. Five seconds.
I heard that before.
Bless you, or excuse you. All right, it is Carter G. Woodson. Carter G. Woodson, the father of Black History Month.
Yeah.
Jerry, you still have control of the board?
Easy if you can get it for 100.
Easy if you could get it for 100. Who was the first African-American mayor of Chicago? Onion.
Oh, wait, no, I think I have this wrong. Okay. Well,
First African mayor of Chicago.
who is Lori Lightfoot? Was she the...
That is incorrect.
Wait.
Jerry.
I was gonna say Mary Lightfoot.
Washington.
Maddie, you said Washington. What's the first name?
Let me think for a second. George.
No, it is wrong. Celery.
Washington Carver.
Who?
Washington Carver.
No. The answer is Harold Washington. Harold Washington Library is named after Harold Washington. He is the first African American mayor of Chicago.
That's right.
Oh boy.
All right. In the process of that, everybody being wrong, Jerry, you still have control of the board.
Black criminalization for 200.
Black criminalization for 200. Structural violence is a form of violence where social structure and institutions harm people by denying their basic human needs. Can you name two systems in society that use structural violence to deny needs to blacks? Jerry?
Two systems. The prison system and school system.
Prison system and school system.
Name me one more.
The public broadcasting system.
No. Anybody else?
Probably not the answer.
Structural violence is a form of violence in which social structure and institutions harm people by denying basic human needs. Schools do not deny you basic human needs. Oh, we already answered. Police malfeasance, disproportionate laws, racist bureaucracy, the legal system. I would have taken any of those.
Okay.
All right. Go, Jerry.
Is there
Which one? That's legal for
max 500?
What for 500?
Is that legal for 500?
Is that legal for 500? They are the main two things denied during a lynching. One is universal, and the other is a fundamental constitutional right. Onion.
Trial
Okay.
and trial and I want to say the right to live. I don't know. I was trial and
You said the right to what?
I want to say live, but that's not right.
The right to live.
It's universal.
Dial of Human Rights and Habeas Corpus. You have the right for you to be a living, breathing person is your human right. And you are absolutely right. Good job. All right. You have control of the board.
I'll do. Is that legal for 400 then?
For 400. Okay. Created by Colonel William Lynch. What was the 1780 Pennsylvania lynch law usually meant whipping and not murder? What was the law actually created to protect the public from? Why did they create that lynch law? Jerry.
It was to punish bad slaves, but not kill, so that they could kill them.
No, that is not correct, Jerry. Lemon, what was the lynch law actually created to protect the public from? The original law. Lemon, you have 10 seconds. Okay, Lemon, I guess you.
This is my answer. Mine, I did not. They didn't want citizens to misbehave.
They didn't want citizens to what? I can't hear you.
Misbehave.
That's too general. Be more specific. It was created for a certain reason.
So they wanted protest in a way.
No. Onion, what was it created for?
I think it was to stop rebellions from breaking out. The increase in rebellions was, I think that's why they started the
Rebellions of what?
rebellions of slave rebellions.
No, it is not correct.
I thought that was right.
Celery.
Not the uprising of slaves.
No, that is not correct. It was for bands of horse thieves. The law was actually not had anything to do with slaves. It was done to protect the people's horses, which were being stolen, and that was their transportation and their ability to live. All right. Who chose that question again? Was that Onion? I think that was you, right? Was that you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so you still have control. Nobody answered correctly.
I'm gonna say acts and codes for 300.
Acts and codes for 300. What act stated slaves resisting their owner and being corrected could be killed without any felony charges, and the master would be free from all accusation and punishment as if it never happened? What was this act, Jerry? We covered this at the second week, I believe.
The Bad Slave Act.
That is not correct. Anybody else?
How much are we losing by? Oh God.
This is not easy. All right, no answer. The 1669 Casual Killing Act. The 1669 Casual Killing Act allowed slave owners to kill and their slaves if they misbehave. Remember, I told the story about the woman who had a slave come over and beat her slave to death, our older 65-year-old slave, and she died. And the 1669 Casual Killing Act allowed her to still go free.
Yes.
All right. You still got control.
We must remember for 200.
All right. We must remember for 200. Between July 24th and 27th, this self-educated black activist and half a dozen blacks were killed in New Orleans, Louisiana, after a police officer attempted to shoot this man for being in a white neighborhood. He was later killed after killing at least 9 racist whites. Jerry, what was the name of this person?
St. Charles Massacre.
That is the
St.
massacre.
Charles.
What was the name? Charles.
Ray Charles.
You said Ray Charles?
Yeah.
That is not correct.
It's okay. Oops, I said something.
How much are we losing by?
All right, no one else wants to answer. Robert Charles. Robert Charles. Onion, you still have control. Hey, don't trip. You guys are doing well. You don't think you are, but you actually answer. Floyd, you got control. What's
Is this
next?
going to be a to be continued episode? There's a lot of questions left.
Can you all hear me?
Is that legal for
For
200?
200. All right. Between 1881 and 1968, there were an estimated 4,742 people lynched in America, and many more thousands unaccounted for. According to last week's Q&A episode, what
Okay.
year was the Emmett Till anti-lynch law passed
Is
through both houses of
is that
Congress?
legal for 200?
What happened?
Oh, I think he's shutting down. Can you hear me, Floyd? Can you hear me?
Can you hear? Wait.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. I want you to really look at this question,
Yeah.
okay, before you answer this question, right? We give the fact, but then there's what year did they pass the Emmett Till anti-lynch law passed through both houses of Congress? Consider if it did and when. It's your answer. You got 10 seconds.
I can't remember the name of that.
Floyd, are you there? I don't know if we can hear you. Hold on, let me check his mic. You could also type me your answer. I'll take it in chat too.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. So, what is your answer? Uh-oh. You can send it to me in chat. Matthew, stop banging.
I think I'm overcomplicating.
Okay.
So what I'll do?
Well, I'm not hearing him. I don't know if he gave me an answer. It's going to be a problem in the streaming. I'm going to have to mark you wrong. Celery.
2019?
What?
2019, I believe.
That is incorrect. This you have to read the question. Remember I said, according to the last week's episode, what year was this passed? By both houses of Congress. It's a bit of a switchy question.
Oh yeah, Jerry is. It's 2020.
By both houses of Congress?
Yeah.
Gonna be the answer. I'm gonna say it wasn't passed.
Oh, he was absolutely right. So I'm going to give you that.
I don't know.
Because no, you were right. It was
not
not. It was not passed.
That's correct, but
So I'm actually going to give you. I'm going to give you that.
it was not passed.
It was not passed. It was not passed. So you were absolutely correct. I'm going to give you that 200 because we couldn't hear you at first.
Wow. That's bogus.
Hey, that's what it is. Told you to read it.
Okay.
Okay, Onion. You.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Onion, you got the board.
Am I still breaking up?
No, you're breaking a little bit, but we can hear you.
That's-
You have control of the board. What is your next choice? Can you hear me, Floyd?
Oh, you can hear me now?
I can hear you. I just want to know what your next choice is. You have control of the board.
Can't believe that was
Yes, the lynching law has not been passed in over, even though it's been put up over 100 years. It has never passed both parts of the
Can
house.
you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. What is your next
I'm gonna say it in the
category?
chat. Yeah.
Yeah, you can type it in. If you can't, we can't hear you, type it in, and I'll get it in the chat. What's your next choice? Uh-oh. We lost it completely now.
Yeah, it's the internet. It'll be okay.
We're not going to stop playing. We don't have a lot of people that are on today, but that's fine. We just want to be able to play through the game, and you're going to have these technical difficulties. I'm not going to sweat it. It's what it is. We're apart from each other.
Have fun.
You guys are doing well. Even though you may think that this is a challenge, you're doing well.
I'm still mad about that MTL.
We'll see if we can get him back. Give him a couple of seconds to try to get back.
The fact that we
I'm
still
so
have
mad that I forgot Robert Charles.
Yeah. I don't know why.
I would answer. I'm afraid
Ow.
of getting the answer.
Ow.
I don't know where I got Ray Charles from.
Ow.
Let me see if I can try to get him back.
Ow.
If not, we're just going to go ahead and continue. I know he's frustrated with it too, but it's okay. I'm not tripping.
Yeah, it's here to. It's just to have fun. This isn't really one of the. This is just the game. It's where we all get together, have fun.
I'm trying to understand. Bar, stuff like that.
Okay, there he is.
All right, back. I was just sending you a message. Hey, don't sweat this. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, don't sweat this. We're fine. You guys are just playing, and you guys are actually doing good. You have control of the board right now. So what is your next category?
Accent code.
Action codes
200.
for 200. Okay. Action codes for 200. Name this black code that allowed black children to be taken from their traveling parents and be housed, slaved, and even beaten by white bastards until they were 21 years old. This was not slavery. What is the name of the black code that allowed them to do
Accent
this?
codes, yes.
I think it's delayed, but
Yeah, 200.
okay. What is the name of the code that they used? Matthew, stop.
Black code. Pay attention. Name that black code. Children to be taken from traveling parents and be housed.
You can type it, CJ, if you can't. If we run into any audio problems, you can type it in that chat, the private chat to me. That's fine, and I'll see the answer. I'll give you about another 15 seconds.
It's a black code. So
Can you hear me? Do you have me?
just need to
You can put it in the private chat. I think he's delayed. Okay. I hate to do it. Does anybody else? Nobody buzzed. Does anybody else have an answer?
No, I do not know that black
All
code.
right. The apprentice program allowed former slave owners to take freedmen children
can hear you.
as false slaves. Nobody lost anything. CJ, you still have control of the board. Make another choice.
There's a big delay there. Let me see if he is.
We must remember for 300.
We must remember for 300. On March 21st, 1981, the KKK beat and lynched this 19-year-old African American and hung his body from a tree in Mobile, Alabama. He was killed because the KKK was angry that blacks now sat on juries in the state.
We must remember for 300.
Okay? He was chosen at random. What is the name of this person? In that picture right there. What is this person's name?
Yes.
No answers? I'm going to give everybody about another 5 seconds.
Yo. Okay, alright.
Okay, Teddy? Jerry?
I believe due from that picture that's Michael Donald.
Michael Donald is correct.
Kind of small.
Okay, Teddy, you have control of the board.
Okay. We must remember for 500.
June 7th, 1998, in Jasper, Texas, this 49-year-old father of three was lynched by racists when he was dragged for 3 miles behind a pickup truck along an asphalt road. His body was torn apart, but the racist drove 2 more miles to drop his body in front of a black church. What was the name of this person that was lynched in 1998? We covered it the first week on lynching.
Yeah, I just barely remember his name.
Anybody?
Is
5 seconds. All right, no answers. James Byrd Jr., that is his name. That is who that is. Jerry, go.
we must remember for 400.
On May 25th, 2020, this African-American man was lynched by police during an arrest after 4 police officers knelt on his neck and back for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. He died in front of cameras screaming for help.
George Floyd.
George Floyd is correct. Still have control. Go.
I can't see what that last one is. Phoenician Review for 100.
In the Bible, African Phoenicians are referred to by this name, which was given to them by the Greeks.
The Canaanites.
Canaanites is correct. You have control.
Phoenician Review for 200.
The Phoenician king Hiram of Tyre was on record in the Bible as a friend of King David and Solomon. Name two things that Hiram helped King Solomon accomplish.
Well, shoot.
The picture can help. The picture can help.
What's that a picture of?
10 seconds. If you guys have more people on board, I think they would help you, but
Yeah, I know. So.
no answers. One, Hiram supplied Solomon with men and material for the construction of the temple at Jerusalem. He also spread King Solomon's name through the Mediterranean and the African trading posts on the other side of Africa. Jerry, you have control.
Black criminalization for 300.
Name three states that made 300% profit off the convict lease system. We talked about many states, but name three of them that made profit off the convict lease system.
Convict lease system.
Alabama,
Okay, celery.
Alabama, Texas, and Tennessee, maybe?
Correct. I don't have it on here, but Texas was one. Correct.
All right.
All right, celery. You have control.
X and codes for 500.
In 1985, Philadelphia police bombed a black neighborhood with military ordnance, utilizing an act passed by Ronald Reagan. What does the Military Cooperation with Civilian Law Enforcement Agencies Act actually allow police to do? Read the name. The Military Cooperation with Civilian Law Enforcement Agencies. What does it allow the police to do? Celery.
Use military action.
Yes, I will take that. Use military action. It allows the military to give law enforcement agencies access to bases and military equipment to fight the war on drugs. They bombed a Philadelphia neighborhood and killed 11 people and destroyed 60 houses using military ordnance. Celery, you have control.
Oh, Jesus.
Easy if you can get it for 400.
The Journal of Pediatrics released a study in 2020 that says black children are how many more times likely to die by the hands of police?
This was explained on the news.
400, I'm guessing.
Give out answers without.
Lemon.
15%.
That is not correct. Good try though.
I'm going to say
Jerry.
90%.
That is not correct. We talked about this in the episode. No other answers? 6 times more likely than white children. 6 times more likely. Jerry.
Was comparing.
Jerry, it's your choice.
Okay, we say easy if you can get it for 500.
Easy if you can get it for 500. Now notorious for its voting restrictions, name the state that was the first to join the Confederacy and held off recognizing Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s holiday for 17 years, from 1983 to 2000, even when they lost a bid to hold the Super Bowl in 1992. Celery.
Carolina.
I can't hear you. Celery.
Carolina.
Which Carolina? There are two.
Uh, South Carolina.
South Carolina is correct.
Huh. Okay.
Celery. So you go.
Easy if you know it for 300.
Easy if you get it for 300. In 1911, this world famous founder of the Tuskegee Institute was almost beaten to death because he was walking in a white neighborhood after dark. 15 seconds. In 1911, this world famous founder of Tuskegee Institute was almost beaten to death because he was walking in a white neighborhood after dark. 5 seconds. All right. Booker T. Washington. Celery.
Black criminalization.
Black criminalization for how much?
400.
19-year-old Keith Jackson was given 10 years in prison for selling drugs in front of the White House. He was set up by police and a sitting president of the United States. Who was the president that set up Keith Jackson?
What's the president?
Onion.
I'm gonna take a chance and say, was it Bush?
Which Bush? I will tell you that this happened.
Senior, maybe?
Yes, that is correct. I was going to give you a year. George W. Bush Sr. Onion, you have control.
Black criminalization for 500.
Who wrote the Red Record to tabulate the reasons and the amount of lynchings in the United States? Jerry.
Ida B. Wells.
Ida B. Wells is correct. Jerry, you have control.
Okay, Phoenician Review for 400.
Phoenician Review for 400. What culture adopted the Phoenician alphabet and converted it into a system with vowels as well as consonants that our current language is based on? Jerry.
The Greeks.
That is correct. The Greeks. That is correct. You have control.
Phoenician Review for 500.
Phoenician Review for 500. The Phoenicians opened a trading route from in this distant land that they called Castidarides, where they traded tin. Some historians suggest that this is where the country gets its name. What is the name of this country? A distant land that they traded tin. Jerry.
Berlin.
Oh, that is incorrect. It is in the name. No takers? Okay. Britain. Jerry, you still have control.
We can only get these right, or else we lose. So you have two options.
Come on, let's go.
I'm afraid the celery is going to win this one.
Phoenician Review for 300.
Thank you for teaming up, Papa.
This ancient African Phoenician sailor circumnavigated around the coast of Africa in 500 BC. Well before Prince Henry. the navigator, he circumnavigated around the coast of Africa at 500 BC. And remember, when I taught this lesson, I said we know this from his port records. What was the name of this famous Phoenician?
Uh,
10 seconds.
oh, yeah.
Jerry.
Hanno.
Hanno is absolutely correct.
No. Oh no.
Yes.
Last question. Last question. Sponsored by a senator who was a former member of the KKK, the Comprehensive Crime Control Act of 1984 allows police to take what from you if suspected but not proven of a crime? There are many things they can take, but I will take even just one of them. Celery.
Money.
Money is correct. Property, money, finances.
Yeah.
And they can keep 80% of that regardless of conviction or not.
Tap the buzzer
Yes.
too early. I did.
All right. Well, everybody didn't do as bad as you think. These are hard questions, but we got through it. Do you want? We're going to go in the final fractal, right? And I don't know why I did that. All right, people, make your wagers. I'm going to give you money.
Oh no.
At least $100.
Oh,
so
Elliot was real deep debt.
at least $100, so you don't feel so bad. And let's go. Make your wager.
What are you
Oh, I ain't got nothing to lose.
Yes. Listen to me. Go all in.
Are you still there, Floyd? Go all
Yeah,
in,
I'm still
man.
here.
All right, go all in. Y'all, look. Y'all do. Come on, Elliot.
How much are you gonna bid?
Elliot, we're waiting on you.
Yeah, I crashed. Hey, see.
What do you mean you crashed?
Yeah.
Apparently, it said that he was not about to do it again.
It said they gave you twice that.
Okay.
The game basically said you're making a mistake.
Elliot, can you get back in the game?
Not trying to do it now. No. Nope. I do not think he can get back in.
I say one.
Oh wow.
Yeah, me and Elliot teamed up halfway through. So I said Elliot and my answer will probably count.
Lord help us. Yes. Maybe
All right. It won't let me kick him out.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I hope.
I'll keep trying in the meantime.
Because
No,
there's
it's-
a dash. I'm seeing a dash in front of limit, so it says that he's gone, but that's not what it is. I don't know what happened on his end.
How many of you all wagered everything?
Of course I did.
Of course I did. I have nothing to lose.
Floyd, did you wager everything? Can you hear me? Floyd, did you wager everything?
It's going through that delay again.
Yeah. All right. We're going to go forward.
I did.
All right.
Yeah, that was the only way to get the edge. If I get the answer, then who knows? I might be able to
Who
pass
said I
out.
am not quite certain that the crimes of this guilty land will never be purged away
Yep, that was the
with
only
blood.
way I could pass celery.
Can you guys see that?
Only way.
Who said this? If you can answer, answer. You can type it in.
Oh, I typed it in.
Oh, what? What?
No.
What just happened?
Elliot can't get in, so we'll skill him out. Floyd, did you
Nope,
put your
Elliot,
did you put your answer in?
I'm gonna check the chat. See if he's in there.
I think he's on a delay again.
Yeah, because I can see his camera moving, but
Floyd, you can put it in chat if you can hear us. So put it in
jump
chat.
cuts.
So,
I'm gonna give him about 30 more seconds. Or you can just tell me if you can hear me.
Floyd?
I can't hear him. He's jumping in and out. All right, we're gonna move on. The answer was John Brown. All right.
I
Celery.
played you all. I didn't bet everything. I bet $10.
All right, all right.
You.
Look, we ran into so many problems this episode. I'm fine with it. This is what we want to do as we get further and further into this game. I'm not stressing on it. I think you all did extremely well. These are not easy.
No.
These are not easy questions. These are not easy questions. But I am so happy with the questions that you did answer, because I can tell you a lot of people wouldn't have been able to answer them as efficiently. But you will notice how many of those answers actually came from the lessons that we just taught over the last 4 weeks.
Most of them came from
Yeah.
lessons.
Almost
90% of them come from the actual lessons. I did not go in and just create questions for you all. So, what does that mean? What does that state that you have to do when you play these bowls?
go back and review and retain the information.
There you go. And that's really what this is about. I want you to retain. I want you to retain. I want you to keep in mind. You will look at someone and say, I know that question. I know the answer, but I can't remember it. But that's what we want to do. Technical issues aside, it is what it is. We'll get over those things. We'll get beyond those.
Yeah, it's just good that it happened during the game session, not
We
lesson
can hear
where
you.
you want people to hear.
Yeah, we hear you. We
Yeah,
can
we
hear you
hear
now.
you now.
It goes up and down, but this happens on any live show. That's gonna happen. Don't get down about it. You guys did great. Let me ask you a question. Even though you couldn't answer everything, did you at least have fun trying to answer it?
Yes.
That was incredibly fun, especially winning. Not bad.
Yeah, shout out to you redeemed yourself because you
Yeah.
you redeemed yourself from the last episode. What also, we did have a lot of people on today, so that also kind of threw you off because you would usually get something from people in the background. They could tell you on the chat what the answers were. I don't share answers with you all. The questions that you answer because you it's the knowledge that you retained, and that's what the purpose of this is. But you will also remember when you get something wrong. We learn from getting things wrong also. So I'm sure that you now know a lot about some of these acts and things that have happened um, in time. So, all
Oh, I'm
right,
sorry. I
we
was
get a,
thinking. I don't think I have it. I think
you don't think what?
I know it, but I'm not sure if I have the name.
I can't hear what he said. But look, we're gonna get ready to get on out of here. But what I want for you guys to do, we're gonna work on this delay thing, and we're gonna figure out what that stuff is about, um, and we'll move on from that. But yeah, as long as you had fun playing the game today, people who watch the broadcast or the rebroadcast of this should see that you the questions. Those questions are lessons in themselves, right? Because they are put there so you can kind of reinvest in the actual.
Yeah, I still can't believe that Emmett Till lynching law still has never been passed. That's
No, it has never in over the 100 years that they have been pushing up to make lynching illegal. It has never passed through both parts of the House and the Senate. It has not gone through both,
just hurts your heart.
even to this day. All right, guys, it has been great playing with you all.
I had a lot of
Floyd,
fun.
don't worry about the technical issues. We'll get through that as over time. I thank you, my nephew, for coming on. If you can hear me and playing. Review this episode, boys. Review this episode. If you have questions about anything we cover over the last, because we're moving on to new things in the next week, that's what these bowls are for. We didn't have a lot of people on today. I'm not worried about that. I want you to retain, and I want whoever watches this to retain and see if you can answer those questions as they pop up, right? All right, I'm gonna let everybody out of here. Thank you for all those who sit there and watch the replay of this. We really appreciate it. It was a longer episode than we've ever done because we ran into some issues, but again, it was fun.
Yeah,
Any
so
last
it's fun.
words? Any last words before we sign out of here?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, CJ, for joining us today. Teddy, thank you for not being a sore loser. Yeah, I know you did kind of lose, and I'm pretty sure you like the taste of victory, but it's my turn. And thank everybody
Many
who
of them.
watched this for. Hold on.
Okay, there's Elliot. Okay.
And thank everybody who's watching this for supporting by going through. And if you think you had the answer, well then, hopefully next time you can go ahead and join.
Remember, the game sessions are for fun. We want you to feel included, relax, and laugh a bit.
Yeah,
Because-
no matter when we have problems or whatever, there's a lot of knowledge that is shared in this game. Don't
Bring
be
notes.
afraid of not answering a question or not knowing every question because the questions are not easy. Do I ever take it easy with trivia?
Oh no, definitely.
Right?
No.
But I am fair because I
Oh,
want
yes.
you to learn. So I think that every question that was on there, I took directly from the lessons, the things we covered, because I want you to keep those things in mind. And I know there are things in there that you were probably like, oh wow, but those things need to be retained. All right, everybody. Thank you again. Hey, CJ, thank you for coming on, man. If you can't really hear me, I know you having a delay. Thank you. At any time, don't worry about it. Let me know, and we'll get you on here. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm getting ready to say goodbye. Peace out.
Peace out, people.